Hey guys, it's Light here, and today I want to talk about Red Dead Redemption 3 and what Rockstar could possibly do with it. This is the first Red Dead Redemption video on the channel, and honestly I'm surprised that we haven't spoken about it yet. With that said, if you do enjoy the video, please do give it a like if you want to see more Red Dead Redemption content on the channel. The likes really do help me out, and if you are new around here, consider subscribing. We're hoping to hit 500 subscribers here soon, so it would really mean a lot. But with all of that said and done, let's jump straight into the video. So I do think that it makes sense for Red Dead 3 to be a prequel to Red Dead 2, as Red Dead 2 was a prequel to Red Dead 1. Personally, ideally I would love to play as Arthur again. Maybe you play as him in his early 20s, in the prime years of outlaw lifestyle. But there are a few other options Rockstar could take on who you'd play as. For instance, you could do everything I just mentioned, but as John instead. Or you could play as a young Dutch putting together the gang, finding 15-year-old Arthur. Maybe we play as a young Hosea. There's genuinely a lot of options here that Rockstar could take, but as I said, ideally I'd want to play as a young Arthur in his prime years. And hey, if Rockstar don't want to make another prequel, they can always continue where they left off in Red Dead 1 and have us play as John's son. Or maybe it's time for us to play as a new gang. This might be controversial and I understand that, but personally I really wouldn't mind if Rockstar said, hey, the story of these guys is done. We're going to make Red Dead 3 set in the Wild West in the 1880s, the prime years of Western times, and you're going to be playing as a new character in a different gang. I really wouldn't mind this. Well, yeah, of course I'd prefer another prequel to the Van der Linde gang, but I still wouldn't mind if Rockstar did a whole story of new characters and a new gang set in a different time. But I think the most likely choice Rockstar will pick is to have us play as a young Dutch, finding John and Arthur, creating the gang, living their best life. Or maybe it's set just before Red Dead 2 and we play as Davey, a character who was mentioned in the beginning of Red Dead 2 who died in the Blackwater massacre. So maybe we play as this Davey guy and the story ends with us dying in Blackwater and the rest of the gang heading for the mountains. Maybe we finally get to see what happened in Blackwater. Or maybe it's a mix of both. Maybe we start the game as a young Dutch with Hosea, we find John and Arthur, put the gang together, and then the game skips forward a few years. And then we could play as Arthur in his 20s, falling in love with Mary, then the game skips forward again, just before the Blackwater massacre. Although I would say, if the world is anything like Red Dead Redemption 2, it could be a little jarring to have lots of time skips, especially if we're missing out on quests and strangers and things like that. Red Dead Redemption 2 is easily one of my favourite games of all time. If it isn't my favourite, it's at least in the top 5. So I really can't wait for Red Dead Redemption 3, despite the fact that it's probably not going to come out for like 15 years. I've said for a while I want Rockstar to completely remaster Red Dead Redemption 1 and put it into a Red Dead Ultimate game where you play Red Dead 2 and then once you've done everything as Arthur and then everything as John, we get a big time jump and we start being able to play Red Dead 1 story but in the map of Red Dead Redemption 2, so it all feels like one giant game, if that makes any sense. Look, I have no idea what Rockstar is going to do. I mean, we've been waiting on GTA 6 for like a decade now, and it feels like Rockstar just doesn't care about it. Probably because they make so much money from GTA Online, but hey, whatever, I'm just here to give you my thoughts and opinions. Anyway guys, that will pretty much do it for today's video. Apologies that it is a short one, but like I always say, if there's not much else to talk about, I'm never going to waste my time and your time talking about unnecessary bullshit. If you are new out there, be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on Red Dead Redemption 3 and GTA 6 leaks and news. If you enjoyed today's video, please do hit like, it massively helps me out more than you can imagine. And of course we are really hoping to hit 500 subscribers here soon, so your support would be greatly appreciated. Thank you all for watching, and I really hope to see you in the next one.